Ladies and gentlemen, may I extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here on behalf of AIBT campus and on behalf of Chatham University, USA. We are all here to witness another landmark achievement of AIBT campus introducing high-ranked US MBA with special scholarships for the first time in Sri Lanka, exclusively for Sri Lankans in Sri Lanka, for Sri Lankans living abroad. To commence today's proceedings, let me warmly welcome in-house and online presence of President of the Chatham University, Professor David Feingold, Chairman AIBT Campus, Mr. John Kerr, Professor Cliff Allen, Chair of the Advisory Board AIBT, Dr. Mohan Pathirana, Vice Chairman AIBT Campus, Mrs. Lakshika Pathirana, Mr. Shanuka Dias, Mr. Kanchana Veerasinghe, and Mr. Suresh Kure, Directors of AIBT Campus. I now take pleasure in inviting Dr. Mohan Pathirana, a very well acknowledged name across the island in international private higher education. Dear sir, may I now request you to welcome the august audience here and present online.
Thanks, Pravina. Very good evening to everybody, those who are present and those who are online. Thank you very much for your presence today. And it's a privilege and it's a great honor for me to give the welcome speech on a special note today, where AIBT campus is launching the American MBA, which was as a need for a long time, fulfilling today by the support of our friends in America and India and Sri Lanka. Well, let me warmly welcome our chief guest, Dr. David Feingold, President of Chatham University, USA, and our chairman, Mr. John Kerr, and also Mr. Satish Sharma and Mr. Joy of MBA Consultants, who are friends, who has been the key initiators of this project, and also Professor Cliff Allen, who is very well known to us. He's not a stranger. I've worked with him in a couple of universities, and it has been a privilege that he's also joining hands with AIBT campus. And with such a strong team, I think we are so happy today. The foundation laid for the American MBA, and it's nothing other than the guidance of Dr. Feingold, who's an innovative leader in the higher education, whom I have known for a couple of years or more. This and the team that is at the Chatham, who has been very helpful to us, and we were able to do this project within a couple of weeks or months, which is a very unbelievable task considering the situation on the COVID. But thank you everybody who has taken part with us on launching the program today, which I think not only in Sri Lanka, I think it's the first time in this region that we are promoting an American MBA. All this time, Sri Lanka lacked the real American MBA. I'm not talking about just American MBA, people launching online and unheard universities, but this is the first time a proper, established, renowned university is coming to Sri Lanka. And I'm so happy and proud to acknowledge the fact that I have been instrumental in bringing first time an Australian MBA way back in either 2000, Sri Lanka, University of Western Sydney. And again, in the year 2004, I was able to bring an Indian MBA for the first time in Sri Lanka, and then British MBA in Sri Lanka, which was Sunderland and Middlesex universities. And then I'm so happy that I have fulfilled my duties in supporting, with the support of my good friends Joy and Satish, and with the guidance and proactive actions of Dr. Feingold, we were able to bring the American MBA. So I think it's a landmark in my career as well. So I'm so proud of the fact that we were able to do it. Well, AIBT campus is Sri Lanka's novel campus, or the latest campus, which started not even 6 months back. But within 6 months, we were able to bring up 5 branch campuses. And today was the day that we started our main campus in the heart of Colombo. It was not an easy task, if not for the support of my colleagues who are with us today, Mr. Shanuka, Mr. Kanchana, Mr. Vikramasinghe, and the board members, Mrs. Lakshika Patirana, and Mr. Suresh Kure. We have done like the impossible. I think it should go into the Guinness World Book of Records, where a private higher education campus opening branches within 6 months. Well, it is nothing to be surprised of, because the people who are behind AIBT could be like physically, even though the physical facilities are new, but the people who are behind, the promoters, the shareholders, the staff members, everybody has nearly 20 years of more experience. Well, my tenure in the private higher education industry is over 20 years. And my colleagues, if you take Kanchana, and then Shanuka, then Mr. Vikramasinghe, and Mrs. Lakshika, and so everybody is actually completing more than 20 years of private higher education in the arena. And if you take the internationally, our chairman, Mr. John Kerr, he would be having like a couple of decades of experience. And my friends, Mr. Joy and Satish, they have been the leading introducers for international higher education in Sri Lanka over the years, bringing Edexcel, SQA, and a number of British universities. And then now we have the support of Chatham University team led by Dr. Feingold. So this is not just a mere organization which is like a mushroom organization or anything, but this is a very strong organization laid on a very strong foundation. And we are not trying to learn and do, but we are doing what we learned in higher education. We hope that this alliance with us, the Chatham University, we are promoting a limited number of scholarships for Sri Lanka's nationals who are living in Sri Lanka and abroad. So we are talking about nearly 20 seats, and it will be very competitive admission, and those people who are highly qualified will get the admission, and it will be on first come first serve basis. So this is a very good opportunity to jump and grab your opportunity, provided that you fulfill the requirements, provided that you are keen American follower for education. Well, I have been working with many universities around the world, mainly British universities, India and Southeast Asian universities, now European universities and Australian. But honestly, this is my first time that I am working with the American university. And so America I always rate high because of the support that they are extending. I have seen, I have witnessed. But Sri Lankan students so far have been very unfortunate to get a proper American university. But today, AIBT is announcing the proper American university degree programs at AIBT campus, and we have, the university has been so kind to extend us a special scholarship scheme for the students, and I must be grateful that everything happened so fast with the hard work of our gentleman, Mr. Satish Sharma and Joy, along with Dr. David Feingold. And we look forward this partnership to expand and grow over the time and over the Sri Lanka, all parts of Sri Lanka, as well as within to the region that we are talking about. The Sri Lanka is becoming an education hub for international students. This is what we want, the international higher education flowing into Sri Lanka, whereas our students are benefited immensely. And we are an organization which is flanked by industry experts, top of the range industry experts. I must say that like our advisory panel consists of Mr. T.M. Jayasekara, who has been my teacher as well in MBA, and my colleague Dr. Padita Bandara is a super quality conscious dean at AIBT campus, and the panel of the lecturers, the panel of supporters are of the top of the range. In our nearly 2 decades of our experience, we know whom to draw from the industry for faculty and also for the employment. So we are taking the best of the best employees as well as the faculty, so that our quality will be maintained and developing over the region. And within the course of this month, we will be getting the ISO 9000 certification. That also, like, it just happened that we started working. My colleague, Miss Harshi, she was working very hard on that, and I think it's within a couple of weeks, the ISO panel said, like, you are through. And also, the Sri Lankan Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission has confirmed the AIBT as a registered center. So all these things happen very fast. Considering this COVID situation, I think I'm so happy that me and my team, with the support of our shareholders, promoters, we have been able to do something which would have looked like impossible, but this is something very general for us. Well, thank you so much for your presence, and again, my warmest welcome to all of you and our friends from the press and media, and connecting on site and online. And please extend your support over the time to come to AIBT, same way you have supported me over the years in Sri Lankan higher education. Thank you very much, and hope you have a very good evening.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. David Feingold, President of the Chatham University, to make a presentation and formally launch the MBA from prestigious Chatham University.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It says that the ability to share my screen is able, so could you allow that?
Could you please hold on for a minute, sir?
Sure.
Okay, sir, please go ahead.
It's still saying I cannot share my screen.
Can you try now, sir? Should be okay.
Okay, great. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, can.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Mohan, for your kind introduction and the partnership that we have built so quickly. Thank you to Joy and Satish for facilitating this partnership, and to Professors Kerr and Allen for their oversight, and I look forward to a very strong working relationship. I'm sorry that it has taken the U.S. so long to get to Sri Lanka after Australia, the U.K., and India, but glad we have made it. This has been a personal ambition of mine, because my wife and I had our honeymoon in Sri Lanka back in the 1990s and have a great love for the country. So we are really looking forward to the opportunity to work with AIBT and with your very strong students in Sri Lanka. What I would like to do today is to give you a quick overview of Chatham University that I lead and our MBA program, and then we'll turn it back to you, and we're happy to, obviously, to answer any questions that the press might have. So Chatham is an august institution in the U.S. We have been here for 152 years in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We have 2,400 students, both on campus and online, about 50-50, divided between undergraduate and graduate. And out of the more than 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States, we are ranked as one of the top 200 national universities. We attract students from 27 different foreign countries, and we have 3 beautiful campuses, as well as our online programs. The university is divided into 3 schools. The school that will offer the MBA for Art, Science, and Business, a School of Health Sciences, which is a very strong area, the #1 industry in the U.S., and our top-ranked school for sustainability, focusing on key global issues like climate change and the environment. This gives you an image of what our Chatham campus is like in one of the nicest areas of Pittsburgh. It is unusual in being a beautiful, green, traditional U.S. college campus, but in the heart of one of America's great cities. And as I mentioned, 10 years ago, we added the greenest campus in the U.S., nearly 400 acres, our Eden Hall campus, that was built from the ground up as a model of living and learning sustainably. It features geothermal, solar, and wind power, a microgrid, aquaponics, and the very latest in environmental and sustainable technologies and ways of living. Because of this, we are ranked one of the top 10 universities in the world for sustainability, building on the legacy of our most famous alumni, Rachel Carson, one of the pioneers of the modern environmental movement. We are also proud that the mayor of Washington, D.C., who may have seen much on the news in the last few months because of the terrible incidents at our nation's capital, she is a proud alum of Chatham. For most of our history, we were an all-women's college, only going co-ed for undergraduate 5 years ago. And because of this strong history, we are ranked as one of the top universities in the U.S. for developing women like Mayor Bowser and Rachel Carson. We are also very proud of the fact that we were the #1 ranked national university in the state of Pennsylvania. accredited by the leading international accreditor of business programs, IABT. And our model for our MBA is modeled on the best of these throughout the UK and Europe, which allows students to get their degree more quickly than a typical US MBA. So this degree is being developed so that it can be done purely online by students in Sri Lanka, but they will also have the option, if they wish, to come to Chatham University for the final term of the degree, and that would enable them to then stay in the U.S. and have work experience here. The degree is organized in for working adults so that they can do 2 courses at a time over the space of 12 months to complete the entire degree. So very streamlined, but with high levels of support. There are many benefits to this form of online education, which all of us have learned through this COVID pandemic. It enables people to juggle the balances of work and family life with education. And Chatham has not just come to this with COVID. We've been delivering online education for nearly 20 years. It allows for flexible participation so that students not only can do it online, but they can do the work when it best fits their schedules. It's a way to save significant time and money because you're able to keep working and you don't have to pay for room and board for a residential program. And keeping with our model on sustainability, it is also a very sustainable way to deliver education because you're not having to do additional travel. And it gives you a chance to develop the kinds of sophisticated technological skills that employers are looking for today. So who are we hoping will join this MBA? Well, as Mohan mentioned, this will be a very selective program, only 20 students in the initial cohort, because we want to give high levels of attention and support. And we're looking for either very able new graduates from any field who want to go into business or to start their own company, or working professionals who have successfully completed a bachelor's degree, started their career, but they want to advance into leadership roles, or are already starting as a manager, but they would like to move into the C-suite. It's designed for students who want a highly interactive program where they really get to know their faculty and fellow students, people who think strategically and creatively, and who want to learn real-world skills. We are not giving a lot of memorization exams. It will be real-world exercises, teamwork, and the kinds of things that you need to be successful in the 21st century workplace. As Mohan mentioned, we have worked a special arrangement with AIBT to offer scholarship support to the students, which reduces the normal costs of getting the MBA at Chatham, making this a very affordable degree option for all of the students. This is just some of the leading global employers that our graduates are working for from Chatham. Places like Google, Highmark, one of the leading healthcare companies in the U.S., top consulting firms like Deloitte, Mylan, a leading pharmaceutical company, DuPont in chemicals. So you name it, a lot of great opportunities to network with fellow Chatham alumni as you complete the program. And these are just a few testimonials from recent students who've been through the MBA. They point to the value of the skills and knowledge that they got, and the network of colleagues that they built through the close work together in the program. The fact that they really get to know their professors one-on-one and have people who can mentor and support them throughout their careers, and that those professors aren't just academics. They bring real-world valuable lessons and experience. And that this has had a dramatic improvement in their own productivity as a result of participating in the program. As one added bonus, I'm told that Netflix has now come to Sri Lanka. And so this is a new craze there, along with cricket and other things that are much more established. Well, we had great excitement this term at Chatham because Netflix chose to set a new series that will be coming out at the end of this year at a fictional elite U.S. college campus. And this series will star Sandra Oh. So she took over my office in February, and they filmed they have a very smooth and process of admission and to support them as they enter the degree program. So they're here and available to answer any questions now or afterwards, make sure that everyone has a great experience. So thank you all for attending today's event, and we are very excited to work with our colleagues at AIBT to make this new program a great success for all. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for the inspiring presentation, Dr. Feingold. And now my next invitation goes to Mr. John Kerr, Chairman, Asian Institute of Business and Technology, AIBT campus, to address the gathering. Before I hand over to Mr. John Kerr, it's my duty to inform you that Mr. John had been the CEO of edXL, now Pearson Education, one of the largest awarding body in UK, for over 6 years, and has had long experience of guiding awarding bodies from the UK offering skill-based and academic qualification. Mr. John Kerr.
Many thanks. Good evening. I am John Kerr, Chairman of the AIBT. I'm speaking to you today from Kent, the UK. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome our new partner, Chatham University, to AIBT in Sri Lanka, and to welcome Dr. Feingold and his colleagues. I'm very sorry that I cannot attend the event in person. We've got a very good weather out here in Kent at the moment. But I do hope that I can visit all our campuses in Sri Lanka as soon as possible. And I'm sure I'll certainly be missing the cocktail drinks later. It does feel that there is an end in sight for this pandemic, and I'm sure that we can soon all meet up in person. I'd like to welcome and thank Dr. Feingold for his talk. It's very interesting to see the history and background of Chatham and the details of how Chatham will be able to support our students in Sri Lanka. To Professor Cliff-Allen, who's going to be the chairman of our advisory panel, who's going to address us later. To Dr. Mohan for his leadership and support, and all the directors and staff at the AIBT campus. Your support and encouragement means a great deal to us. And I think I want to pay tribute to all the staff at the AIBT who have worked tirelessly to ensure this important new link and the success of our new higher education establishment in Sri Lanka. I think it's astonishing how quickly the team led by Dr. Mohan have developed courses and campus all across Sri Lanka to meet the demands for higher education from the Sri Lankan students. I think the link with Chatham is timely, and it will add significantly to the offer that we can bring to students, allowing them access to global employment opportunities. Our vision is to bring the best of international education to Sri Lanka in terms of curriculum, assessment, and pedagogy, and to couple this with local delivery. Valuable qualifications. Today we are discussing the MBA qualification, which Chatham has agreed to offer at our campus and online. And this is, I think, the most valuable qualification. We have already had details of the scholarships that are available. And I think it's the idea of starting off with a smaller number of students initially will make option much more successful. These qualifications MBA will allow our students to progress to higher education or to access successfully global international job market. As we are aware, international higher education is fast moving, it's constantly developing, and employers from leading universities are seeking the absolute best candidates for positions. The students really have only one opportunity to get their education choices right, and we want to be there to support them every step of the way in their journey to success. We already have some good partnerships in place with employers and higher education establishments, and we wish to announcing new opportunities shortly. AIBT aims for excellence in everything we do, and will ensure students, I think I would say that there's never been a greater time of opportunity as the technology and world economy expands at a rapid rate. At the same time, there's never been such a greater time of uncertainty. Knowing when to start, how to progress, how to engage in this accelerating world is exceedingly complex for all students. No one can predict the job opportunities in the next 5 years, and who knows what these opportunities will be in demand. But one thing we can constantly predict is that this is skills that employers are looking for. I think these competencies have not really changed much in the last 50 years, and may not change that much in the next 10 years. So we're talking about the issues about the skills, both in oral and written, the skills of team working, the skills of critical thinking, the real power of creativity, and the importance of valuing power. So an MBA program gives the discipline, the practical application, and the grounding for success in this new economy. My message to all students is not only do you need the knowledge, you need the skills and to be able to apply that knowledge and apply it in a fashion that adds value to your employer. These are qualifications that can be used for progression to employment in higher education, both in Sri Lanka and international. So overall, I wish to congratulate all those who have done this link. I look forward to relationship. Thank you. Thanks again. Back to you at Colombo.
Sorry, sir, we can't follow you.
Right.
Can you hear me, Mr. Jonkar?
Did you hear any of the speech?
Yes, yes. Now we can hear you. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jonkar.
We could hear all of your speech, John.
Okay, I don't know if they heard it, Colombo.
I think Harshi, John has completed his address. Could you follow the address or not?
Yes, yes, we were able to follow that. Thank you, Mr.
Please
Jonkar.
hand it over back to you. Harshi, please proceed.
I now take honor in inviting Professor Cliff Allen, who has very kindly and recently agreed to be the chair of the advisory board of AIBT campus to address the audience. Professor Cliff has had long experience of guiding academic excellence in the UK university system as a Vice Chancellor of Sheffield Hallam University and of Tayside University. May I now invite former Vice Chancellor of prestigious Birmingham City University, Professor Cliff Allen, for his address.
Well, thank you very much indeed, and good evening, Colombo. I'm delighted to be joining you all today, apart from here in the United Kingdom. And like our other colleagues, I certainly look forward in the future to be physically there with you at the AIBT campus in the future when we hope to get a greater control over this COVID pandemic. It certainly is a great privilege for me to be involved in what are the early days of the development of AIBT campus into what we all hope will become a beacon of high quality higher education in Sri Lanka, as I'm sure it certainly will. And today is a significant milestone in the AIBT journey. I believe that this is a great step forward in being able to launch such an exciting program with Chatham University, the MBA program at AIBT campus. This program certainly offers fantastic opportunities for students in Sri Lanka because of its inherent flexibility in terms of how students can study. This is an MBA that is both innovative and highly relevant in today's context, not only in terms of its content, but also the means of study, providing a totally online experience. It is also importantly and significantly affordable to Sri Lankan students, and also it provides fantastic opportunities for Sri Lankan students where they can and where they wish to study in the US at Chatham University's campus in Pittsburgh. And I certainly, as a subscriber to Netflix, will be tuning in and looking forward to the future series to see the campus. But above all, this is a program that is conceived, designed, and accredited by a high-quality US university, which will bring clear benefits to students in Sri Lanka. This new partnership between AIBT campus and Chatham University is a direct illustration of the future vision and mission of AIBT, whereby high-quality, internationally recognized HE programs and qualifications will be provided in Sri Lanka. This new MBA program demonstrates that AIBT is about high-quality standards in higher education. It's also about providing professionally and industry-relevant programs which bring clear advantage to AIBT graduates as they will begin to move on to their future careers, providing, as John Kerr has said, not only the knowledge, but the skills that will enable those graduates to prosper and grow in what will become a fast-changing post-pandemic world. AIBT is also about providing innovation in its course design and the courses in how they are delivered through flexible and attractive means. And this MBA program is an example of that approach of flexible means to delivery. Moreover, AIBT is about being accessible to all types of students from different backgrounds, by enabling different time of study, pattern of study, and of course affordability of study. When I agreed to join the advisory board, a major attraction for me was that AIBT is not about being the conventional. It is very much about the future of higher education. It is about innovation, and it is about being truly international. And therefore, I'm certainly sure that this exciting MBA program in partnership with Chatham University will be the first of a number of key international partnerships that AIBT will develop in order to ensure that Sri Lankan students have high-quality international programs to study. And therefore, I'm very proud to be able to chair the AIBT Advisory Board, which will bring a very strong international perspective to ensure that AIBT's future programs and courses have high quality international standards of higher education. And I certainly look forward to future course development in a broader range of subjects in the near future. So finally today, my congratulations to all those who have been involved in bringing this exciting Chatham University program to Sri Lanka. And good luck to all those students who will be the first cohorts on this program as it grows over the coming years. So many thanks. It's been a privilege to join you this evening, and I hope you will go on and enjoy the hospitality of the cocktails later. Thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you, Professor Alan. And now I would like to invite Mr. Shivanthan, Business Development Manager of AIBT Kandy Campus, to give the vote of thanks.
the Honorable President of Chatham University, USA, the Chairman of AIBT Campus, Board of Directors, AIBT Campus, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this monumental occasion. As we have reached the time to wrap up the Chatham University MBA scholarship program at AIBT campus, on behalf of AIBT campus, which is Sri Lanka's modern, fastest growing private campus, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to this august gathering here. My very special thanks goes to the chief guest, Dr. David Feingold, for his invaluable support and guidance extended to the Chatham University MBA scholarship program to Sri Lankan citizens. Within a short span of time, working hard to make it happen even during the pandemic. Thank you, sir, and to your team at Chatham University. We at AIBT are looking forward for your continued support to our campus in the future. Mr. John Kerr, the chairman of AIBT campus, sir, I take great pleasure in extending my sincere thanks to your invaluable speech. Your support and guidance to AIBT campus have made it grow rapidly. Thank you, sir, and we look forward for your kind visit to grace AIBT campus in Sri Lanka in the near future. Professor Cliff Allen, the chair of the advisory board of AIBT campus. Dear sir, please accept my sincere thanks on behalf of AIBT campus for joining hands with us to take AIBT to the next level under your expert support and guidance. Thank you, sir, for your invaluable speech, and we look forward for your continued support to AIBT campus. And Mr. Satish Sharma and Mr. Joy Nandi of MBA Consultants, UK. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to both of you who guided us at AIBT campus, providing the right directions. Your hard work put in the form of inception of AIBT campus towards making it the partner with the world-class Chatham MBA. Let me convey my special thanks to Dr. Mohan Patirana, the founder, if not the only founder of AIBT campus. But he is also the founder of Quality International Higher Education in Sri Lanka. Private higher education in Sri Lanka. It's an unknown fact that Dr. Mohan Patirana is the pioneer in introducing an Australian MBA, UK MBA, an Indian MBA, and now an American MBA to the aspiring MBA students of Sri Lanka. Sir, thousands of MBA students who have passed from the international universities in Sri Lanka would greatly appreciate your initiation. Your footsteps are now being followed by all other private institutes in Sri Lanka, making millions of other students be benefited and contribute to the economic growth of Sri Lanka. I have to specially mention the immense contributions by the Board of Directors of AIBT campus. Mrs. Lakshika Patirana, Mr. Varuna Vikramasinghe, Mr. Suresh Kure, Mr. Shanuka Dias, Mr. Kanchana Veerasinghe, along with Dr. Palitha Bandara, the Executive Dean of AIBT campus, and Mr. T.M. Jayasekara, the Head of Academics. I thank Mrs. Harshi Migasdenia, the Business Development Manager at Clamp Holdings, for her tireless efforts put in organizing this spectacular event. It's also my duty to thank our friends from the press and media for joining us today. I'm so grateful for your support extended to AIBT campus. I'm sure AIBT will be the best institute in time to come with your kind support. I'm happy to extend my sincere thanks to Cinnamon Grand Hotel and to all those who are present here physically and online. Keep up your wonderful support to AIBT campus. Now the dinner and cocktails are ready. I kindly request you to join and enjoy the evening. Thank you.